welcome back guys, Show here, and it's time for, before we jump into the episode, I thought about changing up my appearance, because to be honest, we are the Game Master and just look at us, we just have a plain green t-shirt and some jeans, which is kind of not the perfect outfit for a Game Master, so I thought about doing a quick change. So let me just hop into here. That's better. Look at us, super snazzy. And I call this the Gambit. Show the Gambit, and welcome back to another episode here. 100 games with Show. And as another thing, to top it off, we have a hat. Yes, we have a hat. Just look at it. Doesn't it look great? I love the hat. It's such a good vibe. Alright, so now that we are actually looking the part here, it's time for our 10th game. And this one will be a ton of fun. So I just love that game. Last time we did Heads and Tails, which we're gonna integrate into this game. So this game, as you may have seen in the title, it's memory. And you may ask yourself, okay, how do you make memory in Minecraft? How is that even possible? So let me quickly explain the kind of like mechanic behind it and what you can do with armor stands, which is amazing. So let me get an anvil, which is there. We have an anvil. So for example, we're gonna rename this armor stand in something like chicken and use that chicken armor stand in a dispenser. And let me just get some here. So we do this, we are able to dispense that, and as you can see, it shows. So now we can kind of like lay them out and dispense them, and as each kind of like dispenser works works as the card which you have to kind of face up, and then you choose two and dispense them, and then you see, oh, okay, do they look the part or not? Are they the same or not? Then you kind of have to destroy them. But as I played around, it's way better to have arrow. Oh, I have to put them in there. A bow and arrow. So to be able to shoot them down and then catch them with a hopper. So just let me quickly do a bit of a layout for this kind of mechanic. So here we have the mechanic of a module, or actually this is one module, which is one card, which represents kind of like one card which is face down. So as you have seen before, we have one dispenser who's dispensing the armor stand. If we just hit this note block here with an item, there we go. So the armor stand is now dispensed, and you just walk around and click another card to flip over and see if it's like the same name of the armor stand. And if you want to remove it, you just you have to go into survival for that. You just hit the armor stand, and as we have like hoppers around it, they will pick it up. But there is also the possibility that it jumps backwards, and we have a water stream here with the sea pickle back here to still be able to see if there is an armor stand in there, but does not let the water through. So that's how you push it back, because we don't have a hopper here, or on this side we have one, but not on the other side. That's sometimes just like, oh, it just lands on this block or on this over here, and then you just push it back. And it's also all automated later. we don't do it for down here. So this is kind of like how the mechanic works of it. We have an armor stand in here, we go around, we look where we might think two of the same ones are, just hit the note block, we get the armor stand, and then we'll hit the other one, see, and if it's not, we just hit the reset button to reset it. Maybe with like arrows flying down and automatically dispensing the water, kind of like this. This is kind of like the gist of it. So let me quickly build out all the modules so we have a better way of showing it off, of how this game actually works.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so the base game is ready to go. So we have the cards. I try to differentiate them with the different wood, mangrove and acacia. So to kind of resemble it as a card which you flip over, and we have the same layout. So we have 4x5, is it? Yeah, like 20 cards. It's quite a good number, I believe, as you may have quite a hard time to remember all the armor stands or all the cards where each one is. And we have our module back here, so a very important kind of mechanics we need. Of course, you can do this all like manually, but to be honest, I like automation and I just kind of like fiddle around trying to figure out if it's possible. So the manual thing is, of course, putting an armor stand in all of them. You can just like have a barrel or a chest with the different kind of cards as armor stands, and then just go around and just throw them in there, which is a bit boring and a bit annoying also to clean up. You have to go in there and then grab them and remove them. So I think it's way more interesting to, and also kind of like how you mix it up, because if you put them in there, you know where they are. So there needs to be another person who like randomizes them and then throws them in, so you don't remember where you put them. So the randomizer we have to do, and I thought about like just dropping them from the sky and hoping they will be caught by the hoppers. So this is one thing I want to do. And then we have I put an armor stand with no name in all of them and a water bucket. So if we want to display the armor stands, we're just doing this. Oh, this is so satisfying. And they will then have a name to it, so you know, okay, you give the player a certain amount of time. I leave it up to the player itself to, okay, we have like 30 seconds to remember which card or where the pairs are. And then we have this middle one which fires arrows down to break them. So, and then they are being caught. For example, it's like this, and then we have to, let me just, oh, we have arrows, that's weird. So this is kind of like what it will be automated to have them broken down again. That was a horrible shot, what the heck. Just gonna show it once. As you can see, there are some armor stands that will not be caught by the hopper, because they land on the dispenser or just like on the edge. So what we do is we hit this one, the water is being dispensed, and then yeah, they swim up eventually and being caught. And we just hit it again. And you can check if it's being caught by the light. You just go around really quick or use 3cam just to see, okay, all the lights are on, all the armor stands are being caught, perfect, it's ready to go. And then you just go around, okay, I think like this is one up here and the other one is over here. And then if it's correct, you just use your sword to break them down and try to catch them. and to remove them from the game. If it's like you didn't catch them, you always kind of like have a fishing rod to fish them out, or you just do it this way, and it's really hard to catch them. So I would assume it's better to have a fishing rod. There we go, now we caught it. And then you just remove them and add them to your kind of pile. So what we now have to do is kind of like build the module up there, which randomizes the armor stands and also shoots down the arrow if we want to. So time for another time lapse.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, this looks way better now with a ceiling and actually walls and stuff. This one is open just so I can show it better, and there's more light in here. So we have a leaderboard score. I added a few more things on the walls just to have space where people can put up their scores. Also for the players, for the cards they got right, like the pairs, they just put them in here, and then at the end you can pair them. On here, this is where you put in the cards to start the game. So they will be shuffled upstairs, which we will take a look in a moment. We have a lot of arrows in here, bows, and also fishing rod to bring out the armor stand and put it in there, and also the bow for the single ones to just remove them. Then we have the display all cards, clear all cards, and wash away all cards. So it's kind of like first you do this, and then that, which is like automated. Over here we have our heads and tails to decide who is going first. So and over here we can have some rules for the game. So as I was building it, I also did some, where we have it, there we have it. I named the cards, or the armor stands in this case. So let's just copy this one over here. So we should now have all the cards in here. Yes, there we go, because I don't want to rename them all over, so I have like a backup over there for another run. Now it is locked, and let me just switch behind here. So as we have powered this block here, it is also powering the hopper behind it, which locks it and does not let the cards through the system. And as written here, when all cards in the barrel, you just unflick the lever and they will venture over here, up through the elevator, into those hoppers, eventually into this dropper, and this dropper is more or less the randomizer. As you know, they will be spitted out randomly, and also it would help to kind of reshuffle them a bit here. And then it looks highly complicated, but it's more or less very simple. So what we are doing here, we're spinning it out into the hopper here, and then it ventures down the hopper line, but it locks the hopper to only have one item, so one card in there, and then the card goes through the hopper line into the distinguished dropper here. So we don't even, the player does not know, okay, even if it goes in first, it ends up here. Like, remembering this pattern up here is, yeah, it would be hard. It would be hard. And this is just like, it's locked on if there is an item in there. so it doesn't let any more through. So this is kind of like the setup here. Also, funny enough, as I was building this, it also came out as a loading bar. So all this setup here is just to bring the loading bar down here. And if we start the game, we see, okay, is it ready to spit out the items? And when it's over here, all the items will unlock it. So we have a line over here until it reaches it, it unlocks, or it triggers them. The dropper here puts it in there, and then it's all emptied and puts it into the dropper, which then just venture in here, and then it's just like, okay, is there an item in there? Yeah, trigger it and spit it out, and it falls through the roof into this hopper here. So enough of me explaining it. Let's see it in action. So I've not tested it, I hope it works. So we just flicking the lever, they will be pulled into the hopper one by one up through the elevator, and then slowly but surely we should see the loading bar of the game, which is so amazing. I just love that I ended up with a loading bar and actually working loading bar and see, okay, how is the randomizing going, how far are we in. And as soon as this loading bar is full, we should also see the items or the cards dropping down into from the ceiling into the specified space. Oh, it's almost done, it's almost done. It's always so cool. And there we go, it's off. They will, there we go, they're popping down row by row. All right, and now it's done, and we just check, are all the lights lit up? Looks good. Oh, that looks good, baby. We got it. So now all the cards are shuffled in, and now each player decide how long they will display each card until they think, oh, I got it memorized, more or less. Kind of like 30 seconds, 10 seconds, something like that. And then they hit the card, display all the cards. All the cards will be displayed. Okay, there's no block. Where's our no block? It's behind there. And then when the timer is off, they just hit clear them. And they will be removed. Oh, there was one which was not hit. Oh, I have to do this. Then I go into that. And you can do it again. There you go. And then you just wash them away. Perfect. All should be lit up again. There we go. And what you can also do, you can just walk through and grab the arrows if it's a bit annoying to look at the arrows as well. There we go, and now we are ready to go. Actually, I think I remember, so no block was here? No, that was bricks. Oh, god damn it. Wait, when was the other brick? Was it over here? No, that was the sword. Okay. So, in this case, I would just go, okay, yeah. Shoot them both, and we're good. Could also do a trigger here. Not clear, but wash away the cards. Or you can just do it manually, because it takes a bit longer. But it's way cooler this way, to be honest. Yeah, and now you play until all the cards are being removed, displayed, or put in each player's kind of barrel. And then you count it, and that's memory. That's memory in Minecraft. It's just so amazing. I just love it. How it's possible to make such a game in Minecraft, and it's mostly automated as well. Oh, just love it. Look at that. Amazing. And that's about it for this episode. So as always, the link or the schematic to the link to the schematic will be in this description. It's in the Discord server, so if you liked it, leave a like, and hope I see you in the next episode on goodbye.